Priestfit, and good morning. Father Casey coming to you here as we enter into the 16th day of our Priestfit presentation challenge. And the theme of today's challenge, as we encourage Catholic priests to move into health, is I can't wait to get back on track. I know sometimes my titles are a little cheesy, but the reality is the whole reason why we start this program for many of us is because we know that we were bad over the holidays. Not only is it a new year, time for a new resolution, but I know for myself, the holidays was not good for me. In fact, 2 years ago when we began Priestfit, I remember confiding to Father Ryan, that I didn't want to get on the scale because I just knew I'd gained a lot of weight. And so finally he encouraged me to do so. And I got on the scale. And if I hadn't have done that, I would not have been able to celebrate the victory I had during that challenge. Just like if I hadn't got on the scale after Christmas this year, I would not be able to celebrate, the 8 pounds that I've lost so far. So it's important for us to say, get back on the scale. Get back on the scale. If we talk about tracking your food and how important that is in this program. It's time to get back on the scale and start tracking your weight as well. This way you'll be able to celebrate those scale victories. You'll be able to celebrate those pounds that lost. You'll be able to tell someone when you lose. You don't tell them your weight if you don't want to. If you're not comfortable telling people your weight, but tell them how much you lost. Tell them if you've gone up or down. Tell them if you stayed the same. This all talks about, we talk about having the accountability partner, and this is where it really gets in handy, because you can really, where it really not just gets in handy, but you can show the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your efforts. It starts with taking the initiative and getting on the scale. Now, with that, I want to warn you guys of a caution. Don't be a slave to numbers, and don't be a slave to the scale. There will be some times where you do everything right, but the scale doesn't move. I'm going to tell you something. I've only lost 7 pounds in this challenge. Usually by now I would be like, at least twice that much. And for whatever reason, the scale is just moving very slowly for me this time. And some days you do everything right, the scale doesn't move. It could be maybe you need to look at your sodium, which is what I think I need to do. I'm going to adjust my macros. Life is just not, I'm losing, which is good because I should be losing. I'm just not losing at nearly the weight, at the rate that I think I should be. So I do recommend that you weigh in consistently, though. If you want to do it, maybe right away, maybe not to do it every day. If you do it once a week, but do it consistently. Wear the same thing. So, for example, for me, and a lot of people recommend this, I weigh myself first thing in the morning, right away after I do my morning business. That's what I do. Now, you might not own a scale, which, by the way, if you don't, I recommend that you do get a scale. But if you have to weigh in at the grocery store or at the gym, or one of those places, just make sure that you wear the same thing every day when you weigh in. Or maybe you weigh in, maybe you're involved in Weight Watchers or similar program, and you want to weigh in at your meetings. That they tell you the same thing: wear the same or wear similar clothes. Whichever. Just make sure you do it consistently, and I'd say make sure you're weighing yourself in at least once a week. But like I said, moving in, we know this, and usually almost every time we do one of these challenges, someone says, listen guys, it's not all about losing weight, and it's not for all of us. Moving into a healthy style is not just about losing pounds. When I was involved in Weight Watchers and other programs, they say celebrate non-scale victories. So I'll give you an example. My pants are looser on me. I had to put on my fat pants for a little bit. My fat pants are loose. My regular size pants are fitting me again, and so I hope that I'll be able to go down even more as far as size. I'm having great gains at the gym right now. My numbers are up. My mobility's up. These are all examples we call non-scale victories, but they're important things to celebrate. I remember 2 significant kind of what is called victories in my own journey. These are kind of silly things, but I'm a nerd. For those of you guys that haven't known or haven't figured that out, I'm a nerd. I love sci-fi, fantasy, that kind of stuff. And I live in Florida, which is, the land of theme parks. The first time in my life I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios, I could not ride the ride because I was too big. So years later, it was awesome to be able to ride that ride for the first time. That's when I really realized, wow, I'm a new me. I'm entering this new lifestyle. The other moment for me was the first time I flew, and I was able, and you guys will be able to appreciate this, I think, when I was able to lower that tray table all the way without it hitting my gut. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely showing some progress. I might not be where I want to be as far as the numbers on the scales are showing, but man, I'm making progress and becoming a new and healthier me. These victories are important to celebrate. It's important that we celebrate these victories, these moments, because they give us motivation to push through when things are difficult. So for those of you in the challenge, this is about the halfway point. By the way, the majority of people have abandoned their New Year's resolutions at this point. This is where people start to walk away. This is where people start to lose motivation. Maybe you're starting to lose motivation. Get back on the scale. Get back on track. If you've fallen off the horse, get back on it, guys. We've got to keep trekking through, because this is the only way that you're going to have success. And success doesn't mean that we do things right and we get it right every time, but that we keep pushing it through even when we fall. Even if you've fallen off the wagon, get back on. Don't give up. Get on the scale and start all over again. Life is full of setbacks, brothers, just like our spiritual journey. And journeying to health is no exception. Don't wait. Weigh yourself now. All right? Eat clean. Be fit. Pray well.